It's wisdom time! Yo, what it be, YouTube? It's your boy Fivoe, aka the MF Crooked Cop, and I have not painted in ages, and it's doing me absolute nothing. It's actually quite nice today, so I could have gone out and painted, but I'm going to do a video that I said I was going to do a long time ago, and never did because I'm a liability. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and show you guys, because obviously, you know, probably a lot of you are kind of new to graph, how to progress style from a tag all the way through everything, throw, straight letter, dub, whatever, you know, all the way to wild style. I mean, it's an arduous process getting there, you know, but I'm gonna do my best. Now, the point was, what I was gonna do was try and fit it all on an A3 sheet because I like a challenge, but didn't really turn out that way. So I had to leave like the piece style out of it, but I've got one in my black book anyway, so I'll revert to that when I get there. There's probably going to be a lot of people discredit me for this video, man, because, you know, people have their own opinions on shit, but this is the way that I see it, and I'm pedantic as fuck when it comes to style, so let's have a look. Anyway, if you're going to start questioning the terminology I'm using and ting, don't start. Man owns the Bible. I know the traditional terms, but this is the way that I perceive said terms because I taught myself, because where I'm from, there's only two writers, and that's me and Nate's, so we kind of taught ourselves everything. Anyway, nothing left to do it but to get into it, man. Let's run it. Alright, so first things first, you got your tag. Excuse these bits of paper here, but I outlined everything else, like right quick sketched it up in red, so I could, you know, obviously redo it in black because it saves the hassle of trying to rub it out later if I do it in pencil, and to save time. But anyway, forget about that. Right, so tags, yeah? Everything comes from tags. That's what they say anyway. I believe that myself. But some people do really like fast tags and stuff. Personally, I've got my own way of doing mine. It takes a little longer, but I like the way it looks. So, oh jeebus. Right, so, jeez, I've been possessed or what? Right. F.
Pause the name, you see you rock ride the torch fade. Weeds from the bottom, discombobable belay. Sharon was the gate if you was digging in the crate. When they pump it in the streets, it's gonna rock right. In the streets, it's gonna rock right. At a show, it's gonna rock right. Here we go with the brothers, boo, you know how we do. When they pump it in the streets, it's gonna rock right. In the streets, it's gonna rock right. At a show, it's gonna rock right. Here we go with the brothers, boo, you know how we do. The youngsters be making cruise pop. The fine beings got the true sound in hip hop. Man called Lux flipping on the boombox. Mad props, the ruggedness, lyrical terrorists. Funky rhyming like EBS. Nation with the next news of being that fresh. Easing back and let it hit ya. Double town.
Alright, so there you got my tag, yeah? Like I say, mine takes a lot longer to write than other people's. I do have like a one-liner I can do, but with a Sharpie it doesn't look too nice, so I just went for this one. Obviously my tag's designed to be painted with spray paint, so obviously you can get the fat ends in really fast, not like using a marker. But as I go through everything else, you'll notice that I use the exclamation point I, this sort of curved bit of the F, and the big E. I use quite a lot through everything else. So that's tags. Obviously, if you've got a good tag, which I don't know, man, I kind of like mine, so, you know, if you've got a good tag, then it's going to influence your pieces a lot more. It lets you get your balance right across everything else. And we'll see about that in the next bit anyway. So next up, throw-ups.
And the strong need the rock on. And the red bull hoods need the rock on. Cash, money, rock on. Illidale massive, rock on. Schoolie D need the rock on. Cosmic Kev need the rock on. And Kobe Cole need the rock on. And the Roots need the rock on. And the Take need the shit though.
Alright, so that's my throw up. Excuse the dodgy lines, but I'm kind of stood up at this bit because the friggin' pad's hanging off the table and the camera rig's in the way. But yeah, you've seen me paint it a million times probably by now. It's a lot faster when I paint it. Throw ups, you should be aiming for around about, I don't know man, 3 minutes to get a full colour throw up done. Maybe 30 seconds, a minute to the outline, depending on how in depth you go with it. Personally, I try and make sure that pretty much every letter is just done in one motion. You know what I'm saying? So like it's just one motion for the F, one for the I, one for the V, the O. The hand E takes obviously a couple of moves, but everything else is pretty much one motion. I throw the F backwards now. That's all in the air of balance. The F goes backwards just because it matches up with the hand. Because obviously throw ups, you just want to get them up quick. You're probably going to put them in high traffic spots majority of the time. I mean, not so much me anymore, but probably you guys will. So you want it to be like a shape that stands out, if you know what I mean, against everything else. So if you see that as you're going past, you know the shape instant, you know it's me, job done, you know what I mean? That's a throw, that's the point of them. Good for getting rid of beef, someone want to be causing some shit or whatever, man, you know. Chuck a throwaway over them, job done, innit? 2 minutes, kill a piece. It's throw ups. Next one, straight letters.
It's like that, man, it's like that. It's like that. It's like that. It's like that, man, it's like that. It's like that, man, it's like that. It's like that, man, it's like that. It's like that. Y'all niggas know. Everybody know my shit is whack, Lambo the best. It's how you irrelevant rappers feel, put it to rest. Living on the need to get down, but I digress. Young Sinatra on the track, though we're back and nevertheless. Just smoke a little chill, lay back, you'll never stress. I was never really one to smoke, I must confess. When it comes to killing anxiety, no contest, and fuck. And in this line with the same rhyme, me and B.I.G. LMBO, we got the same mind, same slang. Wu-Tang, Killer B, fuck with me. All the way from Middle America to the all the way from Middle America to the Philippines. What's up? We in the cut, hit the indica. We don't give a fuck. What's the deal? Keep it on the tuck. Early days in LA, yeah, we creeping in the truck. Limbo in the driver's seat, now we on the Odyssey. Red pill, blue pill, opened up a hand to see. Skinny bitches and burgers, a fat nigga fantasy. Made it out the basement, yeah, we made it out the basement. If I could do it again, my word to Ken wouldn't erase it. A lot of hard times, but we always seem to face it. Got me thinking that this industry is fucking basic. Blurred lines everywhere, but my shit is lazy. Oh, it's like that, man, it's like that. It's like that. It's like that, man, it's like that. It's like that. It's like that, man, it's like that. It's like that. It's like that. It's like that, man, it's like that. It's like that. It's like that, man, it's like that. It's like that. It's like that, man, it's like that. It's like that. Y'all niggas know.
Alright, so that's a straight letter, my straight letter anyway, which is, as you can see, it's just ridiculously simple, no messing about, just straight up letters. I started throwing in this character all recently. He's got the meh bob hat on this time because he's bored, because straight letters are boring, but at the end of the day, straight letters, tags and throw ups are like literally the core of everything you're gonna need. Basically, I'd make sure before you start doing anything else, I know everyone wants paint wild styles and stuff, and I get that because obviously I was same when I started out. But the most important thing is to get these 3 down. Obviously, get your tag down. It's going to evolve over time anyway, and you're going to start doing different stuff. You're going to change it slightly. Your throw is going to get you fast at painting. It's going to get you accurate, and it's repetitive. You know, you're just doing the same thing over and over and over again, and that'll just become like muscle memory then. So you can paint it super fast, and your straight letter will get you serious can control. If you can paint a good straight letter and it's clean, then you know everything else after that is going to be a hell of a lot easier. I mean, obviously people just, same as I did, you know what I mean, you start writing graph, you start trying to do super complicated stuff straight away. If I'd have done it the way that I'm telling you, it'd have been a lot easier for me in the long run, and it probably wouldn't have taken as long. But you know, you've got to learn these things, haven't you? So tag, throw up, straight letter, straight letter, straight letter, straight letter. As much as you hate them, straight letter. Trust me, people are going to respect you a hell of a lot more, man, if you've just got loads of solid straights up, man. Speaking of straights, this is a relatively new one of mine. Normally, I'd do it like this one. Don't know if you can see it proper, hopefully you can. Yeah, you see what I mean? It's still got the same sort of F as the tag does. You've still got the exclamation point I, you've still got the big round E. You know, it's concept, like I said, everything's coming from the tag, so that's that. Next one, Double-licious.
You out like an eraser, save it. You bit my shit, it was your favorite. You craved it, but little Shawnee nothing to be played with.
Resurrector. Yo. Yes, this shit is raw, coming at your door. Start to scream out loud, Wu-Tang's back for more. Yes, the hour's 4, I told you before. Prepare for mic fight and bust the Cold War.
This rhyme you digest through the RZA console. Axe Y slam 9 diagram pole. Raekwon drop the bomb, hunchback. Notre Dame, golden arms is bronze. Who the palm hit Quran, it blows extreme. Mainstream be the theme, supreme team. America's cream team, redeem beat out Sassoon. Chrome tones hit the moans of Al Capone. Gunpowder to the dome and split the bone. Wig blown off the ledge by the alleged full-fledged sledge. RZA edge, 1 dose of my baroche. Handheld trigger clutch. Acapella spitting shell, paralyzed, you get touched.
Alright, so there we have a dub. I apologise if there's any camera wobble, but the camera was doing me head in, man, so I have to shift it. But as you can see now, everything's sort of related already, just with the stance, the style it is, especially these two. The straight letter and the dub are kind of similar, plus you're starting to get elements of the tag involved even more now. What I should have said as well is a dub, traditionally a dub is basically a simple piece with a 1 colour fill and a 1 colour outline, but the way that we see it, like me and Nate, is we class it as an actual letter style. So a dub we sort of class between as a sort of a combination of a straight and a throat together, which then gives you a dub, and that's what we class as a dub style. So I mean, if you were just going to say one colour fill, one colour outline, that's a dub. Then if you paint a wild style with one colour fill and one colour outline, which, you know, I really like, I think it looks better than putting loads of mad colours in it, then it's a dub, which it isn't. So that's our reasoning behind it anyway. So if you've seen my channel, if you're not new to it, you'll have noticed I've painted that a lot, obviously minus the face. I've only just started putting those back in. They've been away a while and I wanted them back, so yeah, you'll have seen me paint that quite a lot. That's just basically because it's really quick and it's really fun to paint. So core elements: tag, throat, straight letter. Those are the main focus. Then start working on a dub. Once you've got these sorted, then work on a dub. Obviously, you're going to evolve them over time. If you get stuck at dub level, just revert back to, you know, your straight letter and your throat, and they might change a bit, and then you might end up coming up with a dub. That's how I do it. Best option. Next one is what I call a funk letter. So let's do that.
Entertaining motherfuckers can't stop in battling. You don't want me to start tattling all up on the stage cause y'all snakes keep rattling. Bitch, you ain't got nothing on the rich. Every other day my whole dress code switch. So just in case you wanna clock me like Sherry, all y'all crab bitches ain't got the worry. Can't get a nigga like Don Dime a dozen. Even if I'm smoked out, I can't be scoped out. I'm too ill. I represent Park Hill. See my face on a $20 bill. Cash it in and get $10 back. The fat LP with cappuccino on the wax. Pass it in your thing, put valve up to 12. Put all the other LPs back on the shelf and smoke a blunt and dial 917-1604-9311. And you could get long dick hip hop affection. I damage any MC who step in my direction. I'm Staten Island best, son, fuck what you heard. Niggas still talking, that shit is absurd. My repertoire is USSR. PLO style got thrown out the car and ran over by the Method Man Jeep. Divine can't define my style, is so deep like pussy. My low cut face stay bushy like a porcupine. I part backs like a spine, cut you like a blunt and reconstruct your design. I know you wanna diss me, but I could read your mind cause you weak in the knees like SWV. Trying to get a title like Woo Killer B. Can't change your habit, you know I'm friends with the Abbott. Me and RZA name printed in the tablet under vets. We paid our debts for mad years. Hibernated sound and now we out like bears and born power. Born physically, power speaking. The truth in the song be the pro-black teaching.
Alright, so that is what I call a funk letter, and this is where things start getting more complicated, right? Basically, it's sort of like a simple letter form, like a straight letter form, but with a bit of funk to it. That's why I call it a funk letter, you know what I mean? It's essentially just a straight letter, but with a little bit more attitude. So yeah, that's a funk letter. I mean, if you're a long time subscriber, you've been here for a while, you've probably seen me paint a similar piece to that, and proof that things always evolve. That's literally just a newer version of what I was doing before. I mean, there were elements of the old one that I liked, elements I didn't. Like it used to have two arrows coming off the back here, but I just swapped it out for a star. That just works better. But that is something that I carry over a lot now. The star is going to carry over a lot. Going back to what I was saying before about the tag, about the dub, if you notice, this cross member at the top, let me hand out that way, this cross member at the top is like shifted over, like it is on the tag. Exactly the same. Big kick on the E, big kick on the E. You know, pointy V, we're getting the pointy V in, exclamation point I, and a big circle O, standard. It's all coming from the tag, really, essentially. Probably hard to see, but that's it. Anyway, the next one's the easy one, because I don't even have to sketch it, because it's already ready. Pieces. Alright, this is a piece style. Now this is the point where you are getting complicated now. I mean, I uploaded this one on Insta the other day, and only one person cottoned on to what I was getting at with it, and that's my man Rizzo. He says that the top one looks like someone's mum took the picture of the kid, and then the bottom one looks like they took another picture of them when they're 21-year-old. Which is the point. Basically, this piece is that, just updated, and that's the whole point of this video, what I'm trying to get across now. Everything you do is related. So if you're trying to do a wild style, but you've got a straight letter, you know, you should be working from your straight letter into your dub. Then you'll learn, you know, you're starting to incorporate a bit of funk then, and then you move into, you know, your funk letter, and then you move into your piece, and then you move into wild. So yeah, basically this is just that, but styled out. If you can see, I'll try and point it out anyway. The F, same stance, exactly the same stance. It's just fattened out at the top, and I put the, you know, there's the star again that I incorporated into the corner of the F because it just helps break shit up a bit. Same I. V, it's just, I've just crooked it to give it more of a stance, and then put like a spade on the bottom, as I call them. It's basically just a big arrow, a big fat arrow, but I just call it like a spade. As you can see where things connect to it, where they overlap, I've just put a couple of breakers in and added, you know, like a little touch of shadow just to do it. The O, big circle O, same little connector, big O, just put an underline on it. And the E, it's essentially the same E from the funk letter piece, but I've just rounded the bottom out the same as this, and just married that flare at the top there with the flare on the F, and then added this bit on here because it kind of carries on with everything else. You see what I'm saying? What I was saying when I was all about balance. It's not the most balanced, but it is balanced. Trying to write my name, I will absolutely put it to anybody. If you can write my name and balance it, I'll give you credit, man. I will give you credit, because many have tried and many have failed because it's not easy to balance. So anyway, that's pieces. Piece style is over. Now is the bit that you've all been waiting for, and why this is not on this page. Wild styles. Let's do the wild style, man. Let's get it done. Right, this is where we start getting really, really complicated now. Okay, so let's talk about it before I black this thing out. Right. So, if you remember, right, okay. So the piece style is essentially this, but this is way more funked out, and it is the only piece I do, in all honesty, where I don't use the exclamation point I, and I'm going to explain that now, right? Everybody has their own little thing, what they do with wild style. They have their own sort of stance that they want. I like mine to be super aggressive, so it's essentially, it's your burner piece, innit? The only pieces that I consider to be burners are either piece level or wild styles or above. I don't class anything under as a burner regardless. It's only those two. So what I go for is I try and make the whole thing sort of explode outwards. Hence why if you call this the centre point of the piece, like the O, because the E is so big, it takes up around about the same amount of space as the FIV, just because of all the kicks on it and stuff. But say the O's this centrepiece, if you notice, like pretty much everything from that way is kicking out in every direction, and the same on this side. It's all just jaggering out, so it's like. And then when I do the 3D, what I'll generally do is sort of like, see how I've done the drop, well, how I did the drop shadow on the funk letter, where it kind of goes in from either end. I do that on this, but not as a drop shadow, just as a solid 3D, so it gives the impression that it's all exploding out, because obviously when you paint them pretty fucking big, So if you were stood in the middle and you was looking at it, it gives the perspective that it's all popping out everywhere. So anyway, you'll see. I'm gonna ink it right now. Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm nice. My man Bimmy in the building, hip hop. What up? I'm nice. Yeah, don't think so. I think your bitch thinks so. I'm a bad motherfucker. Rush niggas, Chris Tucker. More harder than the ruckers, make your bitch lips pucker. Baby boy, you get scarred. These bars is box cutters. Tigers with the putter, slick to talking stutter. When I'm busting out the magnum, I ain't talking about rubbers. When I'm tucking these lames in, I ain't talking about covers. I divorced the game and remarried your motherfucker. Shit, I'm coming on myself. Who wanna be my baby mother? Pause, Giant, Andre, y'all bitches, fiance. LL Cool, ain't nobody beyond Dre. Red dots on heads is Queens, not Bombay. Get an angle on you, leave your forehead concave. 3 decades, getting the brick shade. Getting it whips page, you're about to your switchblade. Rambo to your juggler, fucking baloney smugglers. Nobody's fucking with me, tell them all, come and get me. Yeah, I'm nice, nigga. Yeah, I'm nice, nigga. Yeah, I'm nice, nigga. Yeah, I'm nice, nigga. Oh, yeah, I'm nice, nigga. Yeah, I'm nice, nigga. You don't think so? I think the bitch thinks so.
Myself to you people on the understanding you realize I'm equal to any rapper ever went before in my own mind. A bold statement backed up when I flow rhymes lately. Yo, so please don't debate me. Acetate on a spin the dumb plates round, mate. The rapper dinosaur, my type of carnivore. MCs on the plate, the Northwest Man of War.
Alright, so there you go. That's a wild style. I was going to bar off all the 3D and stuff, but nah, I couldn't be arsed. Plus my liner's running out, so it is what it is, man. But it shows the point, doesn't it? It shows the point, apart from all them scratchy bits going into it, because running out. But yeah, so put those two sort of together, and you can kind of see the resemblance between this one and that one. You know, it's the same sort of F. I just crooked it, you know what I mean, and I did a few, you know, pointy bits onto it. Same sort of E, just obviously I shrank the top and then angled the base more, give it that more aggressive kick. Same V, just hollowed this bit out. It's pretty much the same all. It's pretty much the same piece. It's just obviously the wild style version. So there you go. Right, so hopefully you can see the correlation between it all now. It isn't just random. There's a reason why everything is the way it is. Tag, throw up, straight letter, dub, funk letter, piece, and wild style. So yeah, with the wild style, what I forgot to mention is, I know some people just chuck arrows absolutely anywhere, but if you think about it in like reality, when you see an arrow, it's telling you to go somewhere, it makes you follow that direction, makes your eyes look that way. So that's what I try and do with the arrows, to make the, you know, to make you look in certain directions, so it gives the idea that it's, you know, popping and stuff. That's what I'm just probably thinking too much into it, but that's my method. Okay, so another little Brucey bonus tip of advice: if you get stuck at any point on your way to wild style, like you just can't seem to progress, my method would be to strip back down to straight letter, and then work from there again, because generally what's happened to me many a time, is I get so far and then I just can't get any further. I just get a block, and then when I go back to my straight letter, I change my straight letter because of what you've come up with on the way to trying to develop something else. It just makes your straight letter even better, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I came up with that straight letter of keeping it more boxed in and stuff just because of my dub. You know what I mean? It was like, I just reverted and then the straight letter changed. So, that'd be my point. Go back to straight letter, mess about, do some straight letters, and then if you change, you know, you probably change it a bit, and then, you know, see what you come up with your dub, you'll probably change it again, and then, you know, go to your phone, go to your piece, as I should say, the piece, and then try and get a wild again. That's the only thing I could do. If there was a magic trick or some magic technique where I could just tell you how to do them, I would, but it isn't the case. It isn't the case. So yeah, there you go, that's that. You know the drill. Get me at MF Cookie Cop on Instagram. Oh yeah, especially if you want to take me up on that challenge and try and write my name. See if you can balance it. Just send it me on Insta, DM me. Or, you know, if you're experienced or whatever, if you want to do what I've done today, you know, tag, throw, straight dub, funk, piece, wild style, send it me, man. I'll upload it, I'll share it with everyone. I'm pretty interested in seeing that shit actually, so yeah, do it. Yeah, don't forget, comment on it, let me know what you think. Hopefully it was some kind of help to you. I mean, I can't really do much more other than giving you an actual outline. I might actually do that actually. If you're having trouble with a piece, send it me, DM me, I'll make a video, man, and I'll redo it and see if I can come up with something for you. Might help you, who knows. Anyway, till next time, motherfuckers, P fucking soup. Cue my motherfucking music.